Ziggity Zig talking his way out of silver. Game number, let me think here, 7, because I did a double one the other day. So this is a game between myself down at the bottom right and MarineBeams, emphasizing that maybe he's going to have Colossus, perhaps. Now, this game is a little bit different because we just finished wrapping something up for Lime Not Lemon. Check out youtube.com/LimeNotLemon. And that guy Griff is still on the call, but he can't see what I'm doing. In fact, Griff is in a ladder game at the moment up against a random PVR, I think you said.
Yeah, PVR.
So this is just a basic game that I was playing up against MarineBeams, and it was kind of interesting because this is something I've been doing where I've been sort of reacting to the scout a little bit, sometimes if I scout properly. When I don't scout properly, I get 6 pools, so that's just the math of that. So I gotta check things out. Oh, and there was the other one where I scouted and I found a gateway, then I went back and it was a forge, so I adjusted accordingly.
That was a good play. Oh, PVT? Alright, now they're going to chase my probe.
So he's a random that got a Terran. Make sure he doesn't Marauder Rush. That's what happened to me. Holy crap.
He started his wall in. So I've just started drawing circles around his mineral line. So I don't think I'm going to get out. So.
Similar on the worker supply. I might be slightly ahead. Here I come up the ramp to see what I can see. And I spot... I don't know when the optimal time is to go back for a scout. So there's a basic barracks. A basic barracks at a basic supply depot, but he's not walling off. What's his APM? Pretty much the same as me. What's his effective APM? Is much higher than mine. Oh my god, my effective APM is atrocious. So then I bring my forward probe back and just sit on the furthest Xel'Naga tower towards MarineBeams base, which seems like the safest bet. And I think it's usually around before 4 minutes or around 4 minutes or so. That's when I go back in and just have a second look to find out what's going on.
Is that when you do it?
Yeah,
I've been trying to figure out
it's
when
more of a question
to
put down in the comments.
Oh, sure. 427.
427. We'll go 427. Let's see when I go back in. Meantime, worker supply, I am doing quite a bit better than my MarineBeam opponent. I got my 14 gas. I am getting a bit better at my opening. Now I just need to, again, it's mid-game supply block seems to be my biggest issue at the moment. Once again, there is the gateway coming in just in time for his scout, but the scout I don't worry too much about. So I do try to get the cybernetics core down first, and then worry about a zealot after that, while keeping my supply, or my probe count up and ahead, in fact, so I'm still growing those out. So the zealot starts at 3:30. That seems okay. You know, it doesn't seem terrible. Oh, no, yeah, this was the weird game, because when I moved out, I noticed that he had deposited something in my base. And it smelled funny.
Never a good time.
So there's another pylon on 22. I like that. Coming up on 4 minutes, another 27 game seconds before I go in for the scout. Oh, I scout early. I go in at around, so I leave to go scout at around 4 minutes. So I'm into his base for the scout at around 4:10. I'm in his natural. And that's when I spot this little supply depot right on the bottom ramp. So it seems he supply depot barracks into a possible expansion, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so my zealot spots that at 4 minutes and 30. There is a bunker that he just finished in my natural. But I don't go to check it out. I send my zealot out of my base. I'm not looking at my mini-map. Oh my god, how long do I let that bunker just sit there? I am such a derp. Meantime,
I should probably consider expanding.
Expanding is what you should do. So I moved my zealot forward to take over that Xel'Naga tower since I lost my probe when I went in for the 4-minute scout. So I went with a fast robo facility to try to get a pretty quick observer/immortal push out. Still cranking some units and trying to get them to rally up here at my new rally point at the further Xel'Naga tower. There goes the other 2 gateways of my 3-gate fake robo bad build of awfulness, keeping up the worker supply, so my income is still doing quite well. Yeah, look at that income! Then I decide, hey, wait a minute, I have these 2 units come up here, and holy crap, there's a bunker in my base. That took me a whole minute and a half to realize.
Alright, there's a bunker up there.
Always kill that bunker. Always kill the bunker. So here comes the observer. I'm still not making anything. I should probably be working on a pylon. No pylon. Actually, no, there is a pylon in sight. Hurrah! Meantime, I should change that over to a gateway. Why am I not actually doing anything? Still making probes, which is good. Probe count is excellent. Not sure about moving out just yet. Gonna move out, take a pylon at my side of the Xelnaga Tower, and move my units up just to this sort of corner here. Safety, caution, cowardice. There are numerous reasons for most of this, and then I just start boosting out the Immortal, and the Immortal is rallied to here, my new little frontal base. So this is when things get a little bit interesting. And when I say a little bit, I mean not all that much. I now have 400 minerals, and I think I get ready to do the push. No, not the push, but an expand. Getting my expand ready. Here are 6 Marines, which is not quite the same as my army count, but here is the expansion with a fair number. So I have enough right now for an expansion, but I also have a small army. Decent
He only
income.
has one Marauder. Let's take these.
Comes another Zealot, so I'm all set. There we go. Warp in some more units. Get a couple more Zealots. I do not organize myself properly. I bring up my observer to have a look at what's going on. Looks like, yeah, the medevacs are going to start popping out, but they are not just yet. Stim pack is almost finished. So we're at about 8 minutes in. I believe 9 minutes... Was it 9 minutes even? Is when the medevacs really start to be... That's when the MMM is going to be really
like
bad.
that.
So at 9 minutes exactly. So at 8 minutes exactly, you are doing alright if you want to push in with your units here. 4 Zealots, 1 Immortal, 3 Zealots, 4 Stalkers, 1 Immortal. Go in, and I just try to make a little bit of a damage, have a little bit of a poke, but don't like the engagement there. So I come back around, but I have more units now. I don't know, with a bit better micro, I probably could have had that.
Alright, I think I've got this. I think I have it.
There's another gateway I've got down there.
1.
I have my... There. Now that I have 2 Immortals feels pretty good. I probably should have moved my Observer down to be able to spot the upper ramp. There we go. There's me moving the Zealots to the front, which should help. I still don't have any sentries. Sentries would have been great here. But just the fact that I had the Zealots at the front meant I had a much better chance of winning this engagement. Now he runs up his ramp, and I happen to have sight up here, so the Zealots continue to take the damage, and the range continues to derp around in the back while the Zealots do their work up front. Man, do I underestimate Zealots. Look at the damage that they are doing up here. I have never been a big fan of Zealots until this very second, where I watched them, 2 Zealots, take out 3 of 5 Marines with 2 Marauders in back supporting. And they've got a medevac healing them.
Upgraded Zealots.
0 Zealots. Tank. But they are just soaking up damage and putting the burden down. Yeah, I do need a few more Zealots. And MarineBeams has left the game, just with this small complement of units, and the fact that I saw the expansion, so I figured I was doing alright. The funny thing is that I saw the expansion and I thought, oh, he won't have enough units. Then I saw that he had few units, so I thought, alright, well, let's get my expo up. It's only 10 minutes, but that way I cannot be accused of doing an all-in. Am I right? I have way more work. Well, I had way more workers than him before, but... And... Army supply, but if we look over at the APM, his APM is ridiculous. Mine is 38, but effective APM, well, his is actually much higher than mine. Effective APM, I'm still at 26. Whatevs. So let me know when a good time is for a second scout. When you want to maybe either take your probe back in or go have a poke with a single Zealot. Might be, your first Zealot out, you go have another look, because by that time you really need to know what kind of cheese or tactics is coming your way. Let me know about down below. Send me an email, ziggyzig@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at ZiggyStarCraft. This is myself and a mildly reluctant thatguygriff. Stay tuned.